Hey guys, so since the video where I talked about my opinions on sex before marriage and boob confidence, I've had a lot of questions from you asking for my opinion on other sexual topics. So this is what this is. Opinion on non-exclusive sex, provided it's what both people want and they're safe and all that jazz. Friends with benefits. Fuck buddies. I think that non-exclusive sexual relationships are absolutely fine if you're careful. First of all, make sure that you and the person that you're having this sexual relationship with both agree on what it is. You don't want one of you thinking it's one thing and one of you thinking it's another, because then things are just gonna get messy. If it suits you, you might want to lay down some ground rules, like it's okay to sleep with other people, but just don't tell each other about it. But whatever suits you. Even though what you've got going on isn't a official or formal relationship in the way that people describe it, it is still a type of relationship. And so just make sure you trust the other person, because you're going to be having sex with them and you want to be having sex with somebody who you trust. Things in these kind of relationships can get quite complicated, so just make sure that you are still having fun. Make sure that things are just good between the two of you. They're fun, enjoyable, happy and sexy. You don't want to be stressed or worried. One quick warning about non-exclusive sex. It is not like it is in the movies. No strings attached, friends with benefits are not accurate representations of what happens in those kinds of relationships. Do not start a purely sexual relationship with someone with those kinds of expectations, because you're just gonna get heartbroken. At the end of the day, it's up to you whether you have a relationship like that with somebody. Don't let anybody tell you that what you're doing is wrong and immoral or anything like that, because it's not. What people do in the privacy of their own bedrooms is nobody else's business except theirs. What are your views on asexuality and asexual relationships? Asexuality is relatively new to me too. I've heard about it for a long time, but it's only recently that I've actually done some research into what it actually is. Asexuality is when you have almost no sexual preference. You have no desire to be sexually active. This doesn't mean, however, that asexual people can't have romantic relationships with people. They can still get romantic feelings for other people and have full, healthy relationships with these people, but they just don't want to have sex. Asexual people form a very small proportion of our population, but that does not mean that it's weird. Sexuality is not a black and white thing. There's a very large spectrum and it's all very blurred and confusing. Whether you like lots and lots of sex or whether you don't fancy any sex, then it's fine. Like, whatever. As usual, this is what I think about these topics, but I'd love to hear your thoughts too, so we can get a discussion going in the comments. If you want to ask me questions about what I think about certain issues, then you can ask me them via my Tumblr. Also, recently, I've kind of become an agony aunt kind of thing. So if you want advice about anything to do with sex or relationships, you can also ask me that on my Tumblr, because you can do it anonymously there, or send me an email if you don't want it to be published. I think that's all for today, so stay safe and sexy, and I'll see you guys soon. Always use a condom. Contraception, guys.